Good morning to you. I am Lewis Turner. It is round two. It is cut day at the Players. We're live at the stadium course. From the First Coast News Golf Desk, we've got you covered this morning. Talking about guys to watch, guys who made me yawn big time. Perhaps you came out yesterday and followed that super group. I'll use air quotes. I only do that sparingly, folks. I'm only doing it when it means something, and it really meant something that time because the super group found their kryptonite, and it was the stadium course. Tiger coming out on top with the Fowler-Mickelson trio, but coming out on top in what? We're going to talk about that in the leaderboard, plus a really packed top 10 right now with some big names and some names you might be scratching your head at. Really cool stuff, guys. A lot to talk about this morning. Some fast facts for you as well. We're going to learn a little bit before we come out of the Players. All right, guys, back inside to you.
All right, we'll have much more from TPC Sawgrass just ahead, as well as your national and local headlines. But first, though, we want to welcome you here to Good Morning Jacksonville on this Friday morning. I'm Keitha Nelson. Thanks for waking up with us.
And I'm Lindsay Boach. We want to get a check of your forecast. It is Friday. We're so close to the weekend. Some of you maybe took off today. Let's get to storm expert meteorologist Mike Prangley.
Yeah, hey, good morning. Yeah, most of my neighbors have taken off today, so hopefully I'll see you out there this afternoon sometime. Should be a fun time. In fact, we take a look at the second round, our beautiful clubhouse out there this morning. No visibility issues and really a very nice part of the day. Nice, cool 68 degrees, a light south-southwest wind right now. Good visibility, you betcha. We got 10-mile visibilities all the way to the beach. Inland areas, we zoom in on areas that heavily traveled this morning. Katie will have more on this, but good visibility, again, heading through areas of St. Johns County, Ponte Vedra, Nocatee Parkway, all the way to A1A. And we take a look at the futurecast now. When will that wind kick in? I know the golfers are listening after what happened yesterday with all the water hazards taking place. It looks like a delayed sea breeze, so our hottest day of the year with that high of 89. We'll talk more about the heat, the wind, and the rain coming up.
But first, we're in the VyStar Credit Union Traffic Center. Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. So your time is about 5:02 out there. Taking a look here towards I-95 near MLK. This is the overpass for it right here. And right down there, you can see that right lane there is still blocked because on Wednesday, there was a semi that kind of hit the overpass there when it was traveling on MLK. So they're doing a little bit of construction. But 95 is open except for that one right lane. Let's take a quick look here towards your traffic map. So just look out for that. And MLK is open as well, but you've got some construction crews underneath that overpass, so please be on the lookout for them. If you're traveling on 95 northbound, it looks like that exit to downtown, looks like that exit there is closed at the moment. They should be reopening that pretty soon, and I'll let you know when they do. But other than that, no reported crashes at the moment.
Well, this morning, 5 children are left without a father. He was killed in an accident this week. First Coast News' Alex Ositis is live in the newsroom with a little bit more about what his family is saying this morning.
Lindsay, good morning. And Chris Allen's family is heartbroken. His sister, speaking with us exclusively, hopes there can be a lesson learned from this wreck, and it's to slow down. Now, Florida Highway Patrol said that Allen was speeding and weaving through traffic on his motorcycle near I-295 in Bay Meadows. Now, we looked at crash numbers for motorcycles on state and local roads. So far this year, actually, that more than 160 fatalities involving motorcycles have happened in Florida. Last year's total, over 500. And in Duval County this year, there have been more than 167 crashes involving motorcycles. That averages more than 1 per day in 2018. Krista Robles says that her brother could be a daredevil at times, but never thought she'd be saying goodbye to him like this.
I don't know if he was showing off or just was in a hurry to get back to work and thought he could just whip through on that motorcycle, but, now I'll never get to see him again.
Allen leaves behind 3 daughters and 2 sons, the youngest just 3 years old. Keitha.
Such a heartbreaking story. Thanks for that, Alex. It's now 4 minutes past the hour. Well, you likely saw this video on social media. During a fight at Ribault High School, a teacher actually stepped in to prevent a possible tragedy. We want to get right out to First Coast News' Cameron Eppinger. He's live with the latest details this morning. Cam.
Keitha, good morning. Now, Lynn Schell, he's a physical education teacher at Ribault High School, but he doesn't want to be called a hero for his quick-thinking actions. Instead, he wants to give credit to the other school employees and officials who helped de-escalate that situation. Now, when that fight broke out, we're told that a student notified Schell that there was a woman inside the gym with a gun. Schell immediately found her, he confronted her, and then he was able to successfully escort her out the gymnasium, and then he notified an armed security guard. Shell says this all could have been avoided had the adults involved run about it. Go listen.
Teach the children to do things the right way, get things handled the right way, so it doesn't come to a situation where someone can be harmed. At the end of the day, if a parent condones this, what are we teaching our kids, in general?
Now, that woman who allegedly brought that gun on school grounds, his name has been identified as Sharon Kelly. She made her first court appearance yesterday, and she's now been charged with a felony for bringing a gun on campus. For now, reporting live, I'm Cameron Leppinger, First Coast News, on your side.
Right now, police are searching for a missing and endangered man. His name is Donald Lee Smith. His picture is there. He's 61 years old. He was last seen just before 8 o'clock last night near Lakeshore Boulevard and Plymouth Street. He's about 5'10", 120 pounds, and police say that he shows signs of Alzheimer's and suffers from seizures. He may be in a navy blue shirt, jeans, and a tan baseball hat. If you see him or know where he is, you're asked to call police.
All right, folks, round one of the Players' Championship is in the books. Today is round 2, and then there will be a cut. It has to happen,
and
right?
who's going to get cut? Are there going to be any surprises? We're going to have coverage for you all morning long. Lewis Turner is out at TPC Sawgrass this morning. He's got a full recap. And Lou, I know that a lot of people on social media are talking about some wardrobe choices, I guess.
You're right. I know Brooks Baptiste is gonna have a whole heap of this, the social media reaction to that long sleeve shirt from Phil Mickelson. Listen, it was a sponsorship decision. He had played a practice round with it at Augusta National through the Masters. Decided let's go with it on round 1. Now, it will be interesting to see if he comes out round 2 wearing the same thing after firing a +7. He's very near the bottom. I mean, the worst score of the day was +10, so he's only a couple strokes off that. If he comes out in short sleeves and goes 4 under, it'll be pretty remarkable, and maybe can blame the wardrobe. So we'll see about Phil, and you know what? The man could play in a straight jacket, and frankly, that's basically what he did. It was just the course conditions for him, not ideal. Played poorly on that back 9, especially 16, 17, and 18. The finishing holes were really rough for Phil Mickelson. That group, we're going to talk about the super group in just a moment. But let's talk about the good. Some of the good that we saw out there is from Siwoo Kim, for instance, defending champion. Usually defending champs, they don't go back-to-back. You've never had a back-to-back winner here at the Players. Siwoo Kim, last year's champ, comes out, fires a -5, which is the best round ever, best first round ever from a defending champ. Usually they fall out. Usually you have a defending champ come here and have some rough scores. So Siwoo Kim seeing the course really well. It'll be interesting to see if he can go back-to-back. Other big names on that leaderboard for you right now. 6 tied at -6. Webb Simpson. Dustin Johnson, a big name. In fact, my pick to win it. Alex Noren, Chesson Hadley, Matt Kuchar, and Patrick Cantlay. Matt Kuchar from Sea Island had a fantastic round. He's a previous winner, won in 2012. But let's talk about Dustin Johnson just a little bit. Big hitter. Perhaps many thinking maybe too long for the course, but he made some shots and made some big putts in round 1. In fact, it was his best ever round of golf here at the stadium course. Dustin Johnson playing bogey-free golf here, and you've got a lot, 6 others tied up and knotted in second place at -5. So some big golf here set to happen this morning. Some facts for you though is how great the par 5s, how easily they were playing. You had more eagles here yesterday, 23 in the history of the Players. 23 eagles made yesterday, and yet Tiger Woods still finishing even in par. Usually plays the par 5 so good, not the case yesterday. We're going to talk about that power group, some tee times for you, some starting times when you need to get out here and be set up to watch the big names, your favorite players, coming up on Good Morning Jacksonville. Stay right there. We're right back.
Oh, Friday.
Good morning. Did you get to see any golf yesterday?
I got to see a little bit of golf yesterday.
Okay, good.
It was good. It was great.
It was. It was wonderful for the spectators. The golfers, not so much in the afternoon when you see Tiger pick up some grass and throw it up in the wind to see what the wind was doing. It was playing havoc on 17.
And you know, the crowd to even see Tiger, he is just surrounded by people.
Yeah, so more Tiger today, and Tiger at even par, so 6 back. Anything can happen. Anybody can win. It'll be fun to watch. for us today, watching great players, great weather. Once again, a sunny day, but temperatures are going to be turned up a bit by nature. 88 degrees, so it's going to be our hottest day of the tournament today. So make sure you hydrate, wear those shorts, take breaks in the shade. The high temperature will be early afternoon. The sea breeze will be delayed to about 2:45 p.m. Okay, so keep an eye on that. At least we do have some free relief in the afternoon as we drop into the low to mid 80s. But it's not the heat, it's the humidity. That's back as well. This is why it's important to hydrate. Feeling like 90 today when you factor in those dew points of 65, and then for the weekend into the upper 80s. And the weekend we're watching carefully. Still that rain shield trying to move up. We'll see if we can hold it off for Championship Sunday.
I hope so. Oh, I hope so. All right, let's start with a live look outside right now. And this is a look towards the Buckman Bridge. And you can see traffic there moving along without any issues, no congestion or anything like that. It pays to be kind of a driver out there in the early morning. If you're traveling on I-10 from 301 to 295, it's about a 10-minute ride there, another 5 minutes, and you'd make it into downtown. 295 going from basically I-95 up towards Beach Boulevard, about 9 minutes. The 295 loop as a whole looks pretty good. 95 through St. Johns County and US 1, I'm not seeing problems really in either spot. So far it's been a pretty good start to the morning, but we got to talk about your TPC traffic because parking pass is already sold out for today and for tomorrow. So we'll talk about ways you can get to the players.
It's about 5:14 on this Friday morning, and the summit meeting between President Trump and North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un is now official. President Trump took to Twitter announcing June 12th as the date and Singapore as the location. It'll be the first time a sitting U.S. president has met with the leader of the reclusive nation. The announcement comes after 3 American detainees in North Korea were released Wednesday. The ongoing eruption of Mount Kilauea's volcano in Hawaii is threatening new areas. New threats of VOG, or volcanic smog, come after new cracks have formed. Hawaii's governor has asked President Trump to declare a disaster. Several structures are destroyed. Nearly 2,000 people have had to evacuate. Now, I love this story. An 18-year-old was caught on camera during a home burglary. Now he's paying the price, and the person who turned him in is his own mom. Sandra Green says that she recognized him and turned him in to teach him a lesson. She says that he'd been in the wrong crowd lately, and that's not the way she raised him and didn't want him to continue going through life like that. She also recognized the other 2 people that he was with, and she called their parents.
That is what I'm talking about, Lindsay. Taking responsibility for your kids, having them take responsibility. That's how you raise good kids this day and time. I like it.
Hopefully they all learned a lesson.
Oh, they better. Thanks for that, Lindsay. We want to check in now with Lewis Turner. He's out at TPC with a look ahead.
Good morning, Keith, and good morning, Lindsay. We're at the First Coast News golf desk this morning here at the Players in the Stadium course. We've got your big name tee times. Can't let you get out of the house without knowing that, what you need to watch for. And Curtis Dvorak will be here teaching us how to party at the Players if you needed a little, motivation for that. We're right back in 2 minutes on Good Morning Jacksonville. Good morning to you from the stadium course and the Players, 2018 Players. We're round 2. It's time to make a cut, ladies and gentlemen. Your time right now, 5:18. You're watching Good Morning Jacksonville. Hope you're having a fantastic win. If you're coming out here, we've got some start times for you I'm going to share. Got some places you need to see this morning that I'm going to share as well. Now, yesterday we took you, if you go to firstcoastnews.com right now, through the Trucks on 10 area. Fantastic area. If you go watch a couple tee shots on number 10, take a stroll down the fairway, watch an approach, and then meander into that Trucks on 10. You get a bite to eat and a beverage. It's a pretty solid spot. Shady and got some cool benches as well that you can chill out in. Now, Curtis Dvorak takes us to the other side. Once you get your bite to eat, maybe you want a different kind of beverage. He's got the Hoptinger Beer Garden for us this morning.
Hey folks, Curtis Dvorak here with another Players Fan Guide for you. And where I'm at right now is right behind the 16th green. You can look across, you can see the Island Green 17. This is basically the stadium area, the main area that people hang out at. And one of the features this year that's brand new at the Players is a new selection in beer. And if you're like me and you like beer, I like more selection. So they've added, for the first time ever, a craft beer selection presented by Hoptinger. Hoptinger's got 3 locations in town. They're known as the craft beer gurus and bar around town, a restaurant, and you can come up here and they'll have 10 different craft beers that you can pick from, as well as the mainstays. Michelob Ultra, big sponsor of the tournament. But all these tables, high top picnic tables, and these pergolas were built just for the players, and they're gonna stay because they're solid, they're not moving. But help yourself right up here. Come on and get a craft beer from one of these 10, or get yourself a dog or a brat. And man, I really wish it was open right now because I'm kind of parched. Could really use one of those Elysian Dayglow IPAs. But of course, not while I'm working, because you don't do that while we're working. There you go, Hoptinger Beer Garden, brand new at the Players. Come check it out here behind the 16th green. Really, there's gotta be somebody who has a cooler key anywhere.
Curtis knows how to party. He also knows a lot about golf. So about an hour from now, if you can stick around on Good Morning Jacksonville, stay with us. You don't have to head out to work just yet. In 1 hour, he's going to be with us and breaking down shot by shot some of what his big moments from yesterday's round one. All right, let's go to your tee times today, earliest to latest. And we got a big one right off the gate, 7:54. So you don't have to wait too long before Kuchar, Billy Ho, and Brent Snedeker get out. Kuchar right there at the top. He's one of the leaders. So you can see him go off number 10 at 7:54 this morning. That power group, allegedly, Ricky Fowler, Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods. Well, Phil won't be here through the weekend, so if you want to see him one last time before he leaves North Florida, go out there, check him out. They're leaving from number 10 at 8:30 this morning. You're going to need to get out early if you want to see them play the back nine. Now, there is some scores to be made on the back nine. We saw that yesterday, so maybe they can make up a little bit of ground. Dustin Johnson, Bubba Watson, and Brooks Koepka, the weightlifters of the groups, at least the fitness gurus. They're going off number 1 at 130. Dustin Johnson, also your leader at -6. See how he can recoup after having his best round of golf ever at the Players. And if you want to watch Justin Thomas do his thing, 152 is the tee time. Weather couldn't have been better. Did get a little steamy there through the later ends of the round. High temperature of 82 degrees officially at the stadium course was measured. Meteorologist and storm expert Mike Prangley, what can we expect today?
Now, weather with your First Coast News storm experts, powered by AC Designs.
Hey, Lou, doing a great job out there. And I tell you what, we're all excited about our second day of our championship rounds. And 68 degrees we're waking up officially with in Jacksonville. I still hear those Kuchar, this Kuchar. Everybody's just real excited about the Sea Island native doing really well in the tournament. And maybe that's who I'll be rooting for. I was rooting for Mickelson. I'll still root for Mickelson, but it didn't have such a great day in that afternoon win yesterday. Right now, temperatures near 70 at the beach. Here's the change today. We've got the sizzle, all right, the hottest day of the year. So high pressure just to the northwest of us. And what that does is it takes that cooler ocean out of play until late day. That will allow those inland temperatures to be up in the low to mid 90s. Yes, our hottest day of the year for Jacksonville. Even at the beach is our hottest day with that delayed sea breeze. Notice the sea breeze makes a move, but not until we head toward 3 o'clock this afternoon. So make sure you hydrate well even before you go out to the course. As far as the weekend, the news is still good. All right, so we're watching the Gulf of Mexico. A disorganized mass of clouds right now, okay? So low pressure taking its time forming. Watch the shield of rain. Saturday, we're good, but a few high clouds turning more humid. Sunday, Mother's Day, we're good. Yes, most heavy rain central and South Florida. And then as we head into Sunday evening, that is when I'm expecting the heavier rain. That would be late Sunday night into Monday. So in that 7-day forecast, there it is, a beautiful weekend ahead. That's officially for Jacksonville. And then once that rain moves in, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we could see more than 4 inches of rain, Katie. So real golly washer. Thank goodness it's holding off.
And let's talk about some of your, traffic, your ways to get to the Players. So first of all, today parking and tomorrow parking at their lots there is already sold out. This is why I was telling you need to get those parking passes early. Now there's still some general parking for Sunday, but even the 4 for free vouchers are gone for Friday and Saturday. So you can always pedal to the Players, and then there's complimentary bike parking. That's always an option. And also you can Uber to the Players. I did that yesterday. There's a little spot they'll take you to, and you take a little shuttle right on in. Ubering's really easy, and with parking lots limited, it's not a bad option now. Now, a lot of people like to take JTB to A1A southbound. It is a direct route, but A1A can get really congested very quickly. So you could take 95 to 210 over towards Nocatee Parkway and use A1A MLK northbound to kind of get in the back way. And again, this is for people who already have their parking passes for today and Saturday, because you can't buy those passes there. You needed to buy them in advance. So if you don't have one yet, probably Ubering or biking are your best options.
Welcome back on this Friday morning. It's now 27 minutes past the hour. So all week long, we've been talking about our skin health as part of our This Is Me series. Dermatologist Angela Armstrong, she will actually be here on First Coast News on our Facebook page. She'll be ready to answer your questions live. Any skincare questions you may have, that begins at 6:15 this morning. Just go to our First Coast News Facebook page. She'll be doing that live for you, answering your questions starting at 6:15.
All right, this might be kind of a bummer for you guys. Grabbing that nice cold glass of something refreshing, more specifically sweet tea, not necessarily good for your kidneys. I know it's the South and sweet tea is a thing, but it could increase your likelihood of kidney stones. We're located in what's called the kidney stone belt, part of the country that's most prone to kidney stones, because most of our foods are higher in salt, which can cause the urine to become more concentrated, and then the stones form. They're very painful. You have to wait for them to pass through urination. So here are some tips. Reach for the water, lemonade, limeade, or cranberry juice.
My sweet tea.
I know. I'm sorry. We'll be right back.
Hey, good morning to you. Lewis Turner here from the stadium course. TPC Sawgrass is round 2 of the players. All right, guys, got to make moves today if they want to get at that cut line or better. Because some guys got to go home. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here for the weekend. So we'll cover the leaderboards for sure. We also unleashed a 4-year-old on the players. I brought my children here last year. It was an interesting experience, to say the least. But we're going to see how to do it right and correctly. So many family-friendly areas here at the Players, and that is the plan as well. So a lot to cover. We'll have your leaderboard, we'll have your start time. So we'll get the basics for you, but also a little flavor, some of the fun facts from the round 1 that might surprise you as well. The hardest hole, the easiest hole. Talk about that too, where you need to watch. All right, Keith and Lindsay, let's go back inside to you from the First Coast News golf desk this morning.
All right, thanks for that, Lewis. We'll have much more for you out there at TPC Sawgrass just ahead, as well as lots of new and developing stories that we'll get to a little later on in the newscast. We want to welcome you here to Good Morning Jacksonville on this Friday morning. I'm Keitha Nelson.
And I'm Lindsay Boach. We do have an important forecast this weekend with the players out there. A lot of folks are going to be out in Ponte Vedra.
And Mother's Day.
Mother's Day is on Sunday. If you haven't gotten your mom anything, don't forget to send her some flowers, a card, etc. Let's go over to Storm Expert Meteorologist Mike Franklin. He's got to check the forecast. Hey, Mike.
Yeah, let's get right to it. What you need to know, it's going to be a wonderful Mother's Day weekend. Plenty of great championship weather, great golfers. Watching the thermometer today, our hottest day of the year at the stadium course. Hydrate. Sea breeze doesn't come in until 3 o'clock this afternoon, a high of 88. Saturday, Sunday, everything on track for increasing clouds, but notice, keeping it dry. So humid Saturday, 85. 30% chance of a shower as we head towards 7 o'clock, but by then I think we'll be wrapping up the championship. 82 degrees. The best chance of rain is Central and South Florida. So our low pressure in the Gulf taking its time, getting organized. That's the key. So as we go through Saturday, notice we'll have a few clouds, but we stay dry. Sunday as well for Mother's Day. All right, we can get mom out and about. It's a pink out, not a washout. Showers from Tampa southward. And then by Sunday evening, that's when we see the low pressure make a move to the north. And by then, we've got a new champion. Should be interesting. All right, let's get to Katie Jeffries and the Five-Star Credit Union Traffic Center.
Hey, good morning. Your time is 5:33. It is Friday. It is Players Week. So you got no complaints, right? This is a look towards I-95, and you can see right here where it kind of crosses MLK. That right lane there of 95 is still blocked while they do some kind of construction, since a couple days ago a semi did hit that overpass when it was underneath it. But I-95 is open, just that one right lane there is closed. Let's take a look at it here on your traffic maps, and also look out for the crews that are along MLK here underneath that overpass doing their work, so just look out for them as you pass on by as well. Clay County, whether you're traveling on 17 or along Blanding, I'm not seeing any issues there, so that is some good news. Even your downtown bridges look great, so not seeing any crashes causing any problems, but if anything does roll in, I'll let you know, and we'll be talking about your TPC traffic throughout the day as well.
Thanks for that, Katie. Well, a Jacksonville mom will now have to raise her 5 kids on her own. Her husband was killed in a fiery crash. It happened this week. We spoke to her sister-in-law. We want to get right out to First Coast News' Alex Ositis. He has the details this morning.
Keith, they're devastated, and they're hoping that everyone can learn from what happened on the road and reduce, actually, the number of motorcycle deaths on Florida roads. Now, his sister, speaking with us exclusively here, hopes that there can be a lesson learned, and it's to slow down. Florida Highway Patrol said that Allen was speeding and weaving through traffic on his motorcycle on 295 near Bay Meadows. So far this year, more than 160 motorcycle fatalities have happened in Florida. Last year's total, over 500. In Duval County this year, there have been 167 motorcycle crashes. That averages more than one per day in 2018. Crystal Robles says that her brother could be a daredevil at times, but never thought she'd be saying goodbye to him like this.
You know, he'll never get to see his kids grow up. Now he's dead and gone, and all because of a mistake.
Allen leaves behind 3 daughters and 2 sons, the youngest just 3 years old. Lindsay?
All right, thank you, Alex. Well, Ribault High School teacher is being hailed as a hero after stepping into that brawl where a gun was involved. The action prevented a possible tragedy. Cameron Eppinger is live with the details for us this morning. Good morning, Cam.
Good morning, Lindsay. Now, Lynn Shell is a physical education teacher at Ribault High School, but he doesn't want to be called a hero. Instead, he wants to give credit to the other school officials and employees who helped de-escalate that situation. Now, when that fight broke out, Shell says a student told him that there was a woman inside the gym and she was armed with a handgun. Shell immediately found her, he confronted her, and he was able to escort her out the gym safely. And he then notified an armed security officer. Shell says this entire situation could have easily been avoided had the adults involved went about it the right way. Take a listen.
At the end of the day, the adults need to be adults, and we need to figure this thing out, because if this is where we're at as a society when it comes to raising kids, we have a real problem.
Now, the woman who police say allegedly brought a gun onto the school property she made her first court appearance yesterday. She's been identified as Sharon Kelly. She's now being charged with a felony and expected to be back in court later this month. For now, reporting live, I'm Cameron Eppinger, First Coast News, on your side.
Thanks, Cam. This story is getting a lot of positive reaction on social media this morning, specifically what this teacher did. We've seen hundreds of shares all across the country. Let's take a look at some of the comments that people are making online. Heather calls him a hero, saying he undoubtedly saved lives. And Ava says, this is what we desperately need more of. Bless you, sir. And let's take a look at Jennifer's comment. She says, thank you, Mr. Shell, for protecting our kids and being brave in the face of what could have been a tragedy. Yes, we say thank you, sir.
All right, today is round 2 of the Players Championship at TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time out there. Lots to look ahead to. And we have our guy, Lou Turner, in the midst of it all at our so-called, what is he calling it? Our golf desk. He made that up. Hey, Lou, what's going on out there?
It's the First Coast News Golf Desk. Yeah, I mean, this is it. This is where you're going to get your official tee times for the day. I mean, why go anywhere else? I mean, I got you right here at the sports desk. Come on by, too, and see me here offering some beverages, and etc. Right here outside of the glorious, lovely clubhouse. Well, guys are going to be rolling in here any minute now. Get a change of clothes, go out to the driving range, because they're heading out very early, 7:10. Your first tee times this morning, bringing the family out. What a wonderful idea. All right, so today and tomorrow, you've already got parking passes sold out. Gonna be tough to park, figure out how you're getting here. Uber is a fine choice, but bringing the kids, always a fantastic idea. But you'd like to have a game plan. That is so very important. So who better to get a game plan from than an actual 4-year-old roaming around the stadium course? So we sent Alex Ositis with 4-year-old Paige to get a kid's perspective.
Hi guys, my name is Paige and I work for First Coast News, and I'll be giving you a tour of the kids zone.
We have lots of games for you to play and some crafts, so go check it out.
Oh, they have a ball pit. They have a ball pit.
5,000 square feet of fun. The first tee experience might as well be a golfer's version of hitting a hole-in-one on the island green.
I'm going in it.
Of course, the highlight for Paige was the ball pit. We even put her interview skills to the test.
What's your name?
My name is Theodore.
What's your favorite part?
My
favorite part is has to be the ball. Okay.
After a little nap, Paige hit the course, a simulation studio where she pulled out the driver. A couple costume changes, and then to the coloring wall.
I'm gonna draw a line, and then I'm gonna draw me. This is gonna be a balance beam.
Our tour was winding down, but there was still enough time for one more dive. After a lot of fun,
I want to go in here.
And making her cameraman chase her around, it was time to say goodbye.
My name is Paige, First Coast News.
Alex Osiris, yeah, the nap time going to be critical for sure, especially when you're dealing with the 4-year-old. If you want to keep them out here all day, pacing themselves is very important. That first tee experience is right behind number 17. It opens up at 10 o'clock and it stays open all the way through 7 o'clock. Let's get a look at your leaderboard right now. Let's check in with what folks are doing out there. Pretty good day for the guys at -6. Webb Simpson, Dustin Johnson, Alex Noren, Chesson Hadley, Matt Kuchar going to be going off very early this morning at 7:54. So if you get out, you can go watch Cooch, local guy, do his thing, see if he can get himself a second Players Championship. Also Patrick Cantley up there, and then you got several others at -5, 6 others tied right there at second. You had more eagles yesterday than any other players. 23 eagles made. Tiger Woods actually had one of those. I busted Tiger's chops about not playing the 5 so well, and I got the peanut gallery out there and said, wait a second, he did eagle number 9. So well done, though he didn't play the back 9 so hot, or at least not as good as he should have. He said he should have been in the 60s. He fires an even par. So we're going to talk about that super group coming up, when they'll be going off today. Maybe we get something a little bit better out of Phil Mickelson as he says goodbye, because he won't be making the cut. And unless he, you know what, wouldn't that be incredible if Phil Mickelson proves me wrong and goes low, gets himself a 58 and somehow sneaks in? That's never happening, but you never know, right? Right. Probably just going to chill with his long sleevers on, which, by the way, Brooks Baptiste is going to talk about coming up here in about 10 minutes' time. So hope you'll stay tuned for that here on Good Morning Jacksonville. Meantime, let's go back inside to you guys.
Yeah, Lou, you said it just right. Yeah, we have to talk about Phil Mickelson and that shirt. A lot of people talking online. Of course, you know, I'll break it down with the buzz in just 2 minutes.
Okay, welcome back, folks. 44 minutes past the hour. We have a quick programming note for you. NBC will not be airing Meet the Press this Sunday. The network will have live soccer coverage. Meet the Press will return, though, to its normal time. That's the following Sunday at 9 in the morning.
Oh, Friday.
Friday's here, and let's take a look at 17 yesterday. Pretty interesting. The weather, a big factor. We had 24 balls in the water at 17. The average per round over the last 15 years is just 12, so we doubled that yesterday. Today, maybe a break for the golfers. It looks like that sea breeze that created havoc will kick in about 2 hours later at 2:45 p.m. So we'll keep an eye on that weather factor. But today, the big factor will be the heat and humidity for spectators. Notice we're going to hydrate even this morning. We quickly warm up to 86 degrees by noon, find that shady tree in the tent, right? And then feeling like 90 as we head toward 2 o'clock ahead of the sea breeze. So at least a little relief by late afternoon. Should be a great day.
Just make sure you're putting on that sunscreen, maybe wear a hat. I didn't do that last year, and I was like a lobster the next day. This is a look here towards 295 near Bay Meadows, and you can see that it's, even though they still got that construction going on there, there's no congestion at this point. Usually this starts to pick up around 6:30, so if you get out the door early, you should be able to beat some of those delays. 295 northbound, traveling from I-10 up towards New Kings Road, about a 7-minute ride there, so no big problems. If you're driving into the beaches, maybe JTB or Beach or Atlantic, they all look good. If you're taking JTB out towards the Players, right now I'm not seeing any delays along JTB or along A1A.
5:45 is your time. Coming up next on Good Morning Jacksonville, we're going back out to TPC Sawgrass, where round 2 of the Players Championship will get underway in less than 2 hours.
Good morning to you. Lewis Turner here from the First Coast News Golf Desk at the stadium course. Here are the Players, round 2 today. We're at the beautiful clubhouse. You might wonder how this place looks so pristine every single day. Well, it's because of the hard work happening before the sun comes up. You can hear off in the distance the agronomy crews getting it all set. You hear the leaf blowers happening. It's going to be a gorgeous day out here today for sure for round 2. Some facts for you. You're wondering, we always talk about the island green and just how hard of a golf hole it is. I mean, it's a standard hole, par 3 in theory, a wedge, maybe a 9-iron or even a sand wedge for some guys. Get up and down and move on. Well, no, it played as the hardest hole on the course. You had 24 balls in the water playing over par. The easiest hole, by the way, the reimagined, redesigned at number 12, playing a half stroke under par. Big eyes on Phil Mickelson and the long sleeve shirt. You know, Brooks Baptiste, they say, dress for the job you want, not the job you have. And it looks like Phil's maybe trying to go rent some cars for the weekend.
Yeah, that's the thing, Lou. So, you know, he didn't do too hot yesterday, and some people are saying it has to be because of this. We're going to zoom in just a little bit. Check out this shirt. He looks like maybe he is a car salesman. Maybe he is a teacher of some sort, or I don't know, maybe he's in the classroom. So, of course, we have to get to a couple of those comments of what some of you are saying online. Let's get over here to this first one that says, as much as I love me some Phil Mickelson, his outfit choice for the Players Champ has me thinking he's the maintenance man rather than the 5-time major champ. How about this next one from Nolan? Let's skip over there to the next one that says this. I mean, if Phil's going to shoot 79 wearing a dress shirt today anyway, he might as well throw on a tie and suit jacket tomorrow. And let's skip over to this next one from Born Salty that says 85 degrees, but Phil Mickelson out there in a long sleeve button-down shirt. Yes, that's the big thing. And how about this last one from Nick that says, me watching Phil Mickelson rock a long sleeve shirt in 90-degree weather. That was my reaction too. So let us know what you think about it. You know what to do. Use that hashtag GMJ. And we're going to send things back out there to you, Lou.
And Brooks, the sponsors are laughing all the way to the bank, and I bet Phil is too, because no one saw more workday stuff on that shirt than anybody on television. My goodness. And you're right, though. He did shoot +7, 79. Round 1. Doubtful he'll be here through the weekend. All right, we're here at the First Coast News golf desk at the stadium course. TPC Sawgrass. Round 2. More coverage continues after this. Stay there.
Now, weather with your First Coast News storm experts, powered by AC Designs.
All right, all fired up for the big round 2. And yes, we're watching the latest maps come in while you were sleeping. Good news. Everything's still on track for a wonderful championship weekend. Now today, hydrate, finding that shady tree, the hottest day. 88 degrees, feeling like 90, but it's been a lot hotter in years past. We can deal with this here. Southeast breezes do increase this weekend, and we do see some relief from the heat due to increased clouds Saturday, 85. Yes, it'll still be humid out there, but look at that. Sunday for Mom, 82 degrees, nothing too hot, and just a 30% chance of rain. Here's why. All right, so here we are at home. It's all depending on the Gulf of Mexico. Tropical low pressure trying to develop here, and it's taking its time. So here's Saturday. Yeah, we'll start to see some high cirrus clouds increase, but notice Sunday, even Sunday morning, most of your heavy rain for south and southwest Florida to near Tampa as we wake up. Then the low pressure slowly meanders north, and due to that slow movement, we'll keep that big shield of rain mainly from Interstate 4 southward on Sunday, with the big move coming in for us with the rain as we go into late Sunday night into Monday. So today, make sure you hydrate. The humidity's back. 90 degrees is how it'll feel. 88 over the weekend. So some great golf ahead, Katie. How's it looking in the VyStar Credit Union Traffic Center?
Well, if you're going out to the Players, give me your ear for just a minute here. Okay. Oh, I didn't even mean to make that rhyme. Let's take a look. So if you are maybe trying to go out there, don't forget Friday and Saturday, those parking passes and those 4 for free vouchers, they are gone. There's still some left for Sunday. So if you're going out on Sunday, you need to be buying those. I mean, like right now. Expect some A1A congestion out there. Now, if you live close enough or you have a friend where you can park at their house and then maybe bike to the Players, that's a great option. You bypass a lot of traffic, and that way you don't have to pay for parking. It's complimentary bike parking. But Uber, this is what I did yesterday. You Uber. That's a great option. There's a little spot where they'll drop you off and you take a shuttle right up to the gate. So that's great. There are also some shuttles running from downtown this year, but you do have to pay for those as well. Now, if you're going to the Players, JTB eastbound to A1A southbound, that's the route a lot of people take, and I understand, but A1A southbound gets very congested, so you could take 95 to 210 to Nocatee Parkway and then A1A northbound. It's kind of the back way in, and you still will see some congestion along A1A northbound, but it just may not be as bad as the southbound side. And this is primarily for Saturday and Sunday. Just anticipate you're going to be sitting in some traffic.
Yes, get ready for that. Thanks for that, Katie. 54 minutes now past the hour. Now, have you ever wanted to try a foreign exchange program? Well, our student of the week says, go for it. Her reason why, that's just ahead on GMJ.
This is me.
This is me.
This is me.
This is me. This is me.
And welcome back. So all week long here at Good Morning Jacksonville during our This Is Me segment, we've been talking about your skin health. Now today you get to ask the questions. We have a dermatologist and expert in-house at 6:15, Angela Armstrong. Dr. Armstrong will be answering your questions on our Facebook page. She's going live. Again, that's 6:15 this morning. We're talking about dark spots, circles, wrinkles, any questions you may have. Sunscreen, which you know you'll need if you're headed out to TPC this weekend. Again, that's 6:15 on our First Coast News Facebook page. Check it out.
Well, happening right now, police are interviewing witnesses after a shooting on the south side overnight. JSO says that a man was shot at a home on South Old Kings Road around 1 a.m. He was taken to the hospital. His condition is unclear. We're still waiting for more information on a suspect and potentially a motive as well. Well, police right now are also looking for 49-year-old Alvin Santos. He was last seen in Pomona Park, Florida, in a mustard yellow long sleeve shirt, blue jeans, and black sneakers. Police say he mostly speaks Spanish. He's about 5'7". If you see him, you're asked to call the Putnam County Sheriff's Office. We'll be back in just 2 minutes.